everybody. Welcome to our midweek program for Kids Ministry at Restoration Church. This is our Simply Loved program that we're starting in August this year. My name is Kate Haas. I am the Director of Kids Ministry, and this...
I'm Diana Peshin, and I run the preschool here.
At Little Blessings.
At Little Blessings.
At Little Blessings. So we are going to get started. If you take a peek inside of your bag, you are going to find either a container of Play-Doh or a bag of a couple Legos. Okay, so take a couple seconds to make sure you get that out so you're ready for your next direction. Alright, so today we are learning about how God created our amazing world. So our first activity today, if you're an elementary age kid, you've got some Legos in your bag and you are going to create your own world using the Legos. So I used a couple that I had to make a tree, a cloud, some water, but really whatever you would like, just build your own world with the Legos that you were given, or maybe even some more Legos that you have at home. If you're in preschool,
We got Play-Doh in our bag, and we are going to create some of the amazing things that God created. So we have a bird, I made a moon, I love the beach, so there's a palm tree, and then a frog. So you can think about the things that you like that God created and use your Play-Doh and make some amazing creations.
yeah, take your time. You can build, you don't have to use our ideas, you can use whatever you would like. Create a couple things and we'll check back with you in a couple minutes. as we get started today, I want you to make sure you put your Play-Doh and your Legos away, and then I need you to stand up because we're gonna start with a song.
Come on, clap your hands. Here we go. That's it. Yeah, we're all in this together and we're having fun. We're here to spread the love of God to everyone. Gonna get a little crazy, yeah, a little wild. Here we go now, come give it a try. Move it to the left now. Move it to the right. Find someone you don't know and give them a high five. Stomp your feet louder. Yeah, you guys are doing awesome. Wave your hands up high. Come on. Find somebody else now and give them a high five. Let's go. Oh, 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 oh. We're all in this together and we're having fun. We're here to spread the love of God to everyone. Gonna get a little crazy, yeah, a little wild. Here we go now. Come give it a try. Move it to the left now. Move it to the left now. Move it to the right. Move it to the right. Find someone you don't know and give them a high five. Come on, you guys are moving great. Stomp your feet louder. Stomp your feet. Wave your hands up high. Come on, wave them up. Find somebody else now. Give them a high five. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 Come on, one more time. Move it to the left now. Move it to the right. Find someone you don't know and give them a high five. Oh, stomp your feet louder. Wave your hands up high. Wave your hands up high. Find somebody else now and give them a high five.
All right, we are going to have a blast learning about how God always loves us. And that is our Bible point this month, that God always loves us. And every time that you hear that, I want you to do something a little special. So I want you to get your hands nice spread like this and open your mouth nice and wide. And it's almost like you're forming the word wow, W-O-W. So every time you hear me say, God always loves us, I want you to yell out, wow, God. All right, you ready to try? God always loves us. Wow, God. All right, we are going to meet our special Bible buddy for this month. Our Bible buddy is named Savannah the Giraffe. Do you know a lot about giraffes? I didn't know this already, but here is my question for you. I'm going to tell you two facts, or fun statements, I should say, and you need to figure out which one is the truth. All right, so it's up to you to decide which one is the fact. All right, so is a baby giraffe called a calf or a kid? Okay, so if you think that a baby giraffe is called a calf, I want you to moo like a cow. And if you think that a baby giraffe is called a kid, I want you to cry like a baby. So you gotta do it nice and loud, right out loud in your living room where you are right now. All right, so if you think it's a calf, moo like a cow. If you think it's a kid, cry like a baby, and go. All right, here we go. Let's do our drum roll. The answer is giraffes. Baby giraffes are called calves, just like a cow would be. So let's take a peek at our video about Savannah the giraffe.
Hey there, friends. Glad I spotted you down there. I'm Savannah. And guess where I live? on the savannah. You'll find me and my family on the open plains throughout a few countries on the continent of Africa. We giraffes like to hang out among the trees on the savannah. Trees are my go-to hide-and-seek spot. Get it? Spot? Can't find me? You're getting closer. Here I am. Young giraffes are called calves, but they don't moo like those other calves. We love leaves. They're our favorite snack. And since giraffes are the tallest animals on the planet, it's a breeze to just reach up and grab a bite. So good. My long neck reminds me of God's love. It keeps going and going. In the Bible, book of Ephesians, chapter 3, verse 18, it says, "And may you have the power to understand, as all God's people should, how wide, how long, how high, and how deep His love is." God always loves us. You don't have to be super tall like me to see His love for you. God created the world for us to live in. We can read about it in the first book of the Bible called Genesis. Every single detail in our world is designed by God and created for us to enjoy. The sky, the water, the plants, and animals like me. God created the world and said it was good. So, take a look around you. You can see God's love in the sky. You can hear God's love for you when birds sing in the trees outside. And you can even taste God's love when you eat your favorite food. And you can share God's love too. When you see someone who's sad, your kindness shows God's love. Try to capture God's beautiful love and share it with someone today. It's a great way to spot a smile. God always loves us.
The Bible is God's true story about His love for us. And the Bible is actually made of a bunch of little books. And our Bible verse comes today from Ephesians 3:18. So what I want you to do is get your hands ready, because this is going to help us learn our Bible verse, okay? So I'm going to follow along right here, and you get your hands ready. You might even want to stand up, okay? All right. And may you have the power, go ahead and repeat after me, and may you have the power to understand, as all God's people should, how wide, how long, how high, and how deep His love is. Ephesians 3:18. All right, so try to follow along with me, okay? Here we go. And may you have the power to understand, as all God's people should, how wide, how long, how high, and how deep His love is. Ephesians 3:18. Thanks for practicing that verse with us. We're going to continue doing that every time that we meet together this month.
He's got the whole world in His hands. 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 He's got the little bitty baby in His hands. He's got the little bitty
Before I send you off, I just want to let you know that we are headed off to our Bible lesson with Miss Diana as we learn today about how God creates the world. But don't forget, we're always going to connect to how God always loves us. Wow, God!
Hi friends, we are going to read a Bible story now, and we are going to talk about the very first book in the Bible, and that book is Genesis. And Genesis means in the beginning. And in the beginning, God created the world. In the beginning, there was nothing. Nothing to hear, nothing to feel, nothing to see. Only emptiness and darkness, and nothing but nothing. But God was there, and God had a wonderful plan. I'll take this emptiness, God said, and I'll fill it up. Out of the darkness, I'm going to make light. And out of the nothing, I'm going to make everything. Like a mommy bird flutters her wings over her eggs to help her babies hatch, God hovered over the deep, silent darkness. He was making life happen. God spoke, that was all. And whatever he says, happened. God said, "Hello, light," and light shone into the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness night. "You're good," God said, and they were. Then God said, "Hello, sea. Hello, sky." And a great space opened up, wide and deep and high. "You're good," God said, and they were. Then God said, "Hello, land." And there, splashing up through the oceans, came cliffs, mountains, sandy beaches. "You're good," God said, and they were. "Hello, trees," God said. "Hello, grass and flowers." And everything everywhere burst into life. He made buds bud, shoots shoot, flowers flower. "You're good," he said, and they were. So, the world began because God made it. Let's take an imaginary field trip and explore the world that God made. All right, so I want you all to stand up, and we are going to explore the sky first. Spread your arms way out, and we are going to pretend to soar through the sky and the clouds. And I like to look at the clouds and see if I can come up with some things that they look like. So I see a bird. What do you see? After God created the light and the dark, he created the land and the sea. And because he is so wonderful, and he knows exactly what we needed, he knew that we would need something called gravity. And gravity is what keeps us here on Earth. So we're going to have a little experiment. I want you to stand up, and I want you to jump and stay up in the air and don't come down. All right, ready? Oh, it didn't work. That is gravity. And God knew that we would have to have gravity to stay on the earth. So God always loves us. Wow, God! Now I want to imagine that we're in a garden. And we're going to stand up. Don't step on those tomato plants, and I want you to bend down and start pulling all the weeds out of your garden and get all that so you can see all the fruits and the vegetables that God made us, because he knew that we would need food to keep us healthy. "Hello, stars," said God. "Hello, sun. Hello, moon." And whizzing into the darkness came fiery globes, spinning around and around, whirling orange and purple and golden planets. "You're good," God said, and they were. "Hello, birds," God said, and with a fluttering and a flapping and a chirping and a singing, birds filled the skies. "Hello, fish," God said, and with a darting and a dashing and a wriggling and a splashing, fish filled the seas. "You're good," God said, and they were. Then God said, "Hello, animals," and everyone came out to play. The earth was filled with noisy noises, growling and gobbling and snapping and snorting and happy skerfuffling. "You're good," said God, and they were. God made everything we need to survive on the earth. God said it was good, and it was. Creation tells us about God's love for us. God will always love us. Wow, God!
I am so glad that our Creator made our world with all the things that we need to live in it. Today we also met Savannah the giraffe, our Bible memory buddy, and we also learned our verse. She helped us learn those things. So if you wanted to go in your bag and take out one of your stickers, it has the Bible verse on it. So let's take a moment to quick review our Bible verse. All right, here we go. Let's review our verse. Make sure you're standing up and have your hands ready to go. Here we go. "And may you have the power to understand, as all God's people should, how wide, how long, how high, and how deep His love is. Ephesians 3:18.
If there's one thing we can count on, it's that God will never let us down, and we can trust everything He does. He keeps His promises, we know, because, yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him. Yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If there's one thing we can count on, it's that God will never let us down, and we can trust everything He does. He keeps His promises, we know, because, yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him. Yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him. Yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him. Yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him. We can trust Him, we can trust Him.
The Bible says that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And you know what? Jesus was there too. And God sent Jesus, His only Son, to save us in this world. I'd like to take a moment to read something to you from Jesus. So what I want you to do is make sure you're sitting. You might want to sit down on the floor or the couch or wherever you are. And I want you to lay your hands down, and I want you to close your eyes and listen as I read this to you. It's an amazing world you live in, and nobody knows that better than Jesus. Why? Because from the very beginning of the beginning, He helped create it. He knows what you need to feel safe and loved in this life. Those moments you feel warm and wrapped up in a hug, that's Him letting you know you're loved. And those moments your stomach does flip-flops, or you're lonely or afraid about what's coming next, He's with you then too. He's next to you, slipping His hand into yours, and there's nothing the two of you can't tackle together. Jesus is your friend, and He's with you through thick and thin. No matter what you're going through, He gives you what you most need to live, the gift of Himself. All right, that wraps up our time today. The last thing that you're going to take out of your bag is 2 pieces of paper. First we have
A coloring page, which has God's world that He created, and Savannah, our
right.
Bible buddy.
And we have another little flyer with some information and as well as some directions to make it into a paper airplane, which I know we love. So you can use those after we finish today. And
We will see you next Wednesday at 7. And remember, God always loves us.
wow, God